Roger, what was that?
What's going on?
Oh, I don't know, Kate. Maybe it's the fact that I'm pretty sure you were gonna have me avenge a monster that's not even dead?
Bertrand?
I wasn't thinking.
When were you gonna tell me, Etta? Were you gonna tell me at all?
Frank, you're gonna want to take a step back.
No, I want to hear this. Etta, I thought we were friends.
Really? You want to talk about our friendship?
Etta, this isn't the time.
You heard him. He wants to hear it. What makes us friends, exactly, Frank? The part where you think you know me just from listening to me talk to myself on the radio? Or the part where a couple of days ago you happily admitted you kill for fun? How did you think we'd ever trust you with Bob?
I know that. I know. I get it. I've heard you, all right? They're important to you. Bob's important to you. You think what I'm doing is wrong, and maybe it is. I get why you didn't trust me at first. I wouldn't trust me. But when I agreed to this, to spy on my friends, to lie to some seriously dangerous people, you didn't think to tell me the truth?
Frank,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Where are you going?
Back to the hunt club. That was the plan, wasn't it?
Frank, we didn't. You just wanted to protect Bob.
I know that, but I would have helped you no matter what. You have to know that now. Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Frank, wait.
Thanks for everything, Raj. I'll give you a call when I get there, maybe.
Frank, I'm sorry.
Birdie man, about your... Well, I guess you'll find out.
Frank, Kate, let go.
We can only make it worse right now. Just let him go.
We don't know what he'll do.
That's the idea.
What now?
What we would have done anyway. We wait and we get ready.
Frank wouldn't... I don't think Frank would tell them.
Well, maybe not, but if he doesn't help us, the end result is the same. They're coming for Bob, and we have no idea when.
Where are you going?
To think. Not much else I can do, is there?
I should try to talk to him. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Birdie. It's done. Let's just figure out what we can do now.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah, sure. Kate,
What is it?
you can let go of me now.
Oh, right. Are you there?
Kate, you came back for me.
Save it. You're embarrassing yourself.
I told you, Kate. I'm just as real as you.
And I told you. I have a friend who likes to talk. I know what you are, Mockingbird.
A name you chose. I didn't give you mine.
Sorry. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Clever, Kate. How did you know I'd stayed?
Because we're a regular Hotel California over here. And why wouldn't you? It's warm, it's dry, we have food, and no one comes up to level 4. What better place to settle down?
I like watching it go around. What did you call it? The big light?
We're good at naming things.
You weren't afraid then to come here?
You had a chance to hurt us that night a couple weeks ago, and you didn't. You wanted to make sure we stayed away, right?
It doesn't seem to have worked.
Oh, I mean, you were terrifying. 2 thumbs way up.
Then why?
Because there's someone I wanted to talk to, and she's not here. So, you'll do.
Who was she to you, this voice?
You don't know?
I never know.
Then how do you know what to say?
I hear bits and pieces sometimes. You leave them behind you, I think. Like that little ghost of a current when something swims by.
Someone I used to come to for advice. The voice, that is.
The believer and the skeptic.
What? The believer was allowed one short, painless moment of confusion before she was pushed into the water below. You heard that.
I like listening to you all. It's marvelous practice, and they interest me, the stories you tell. But I wonder, I've kept wondering, which are you? The believer or the skeptic?
Neither. When people tell stories like that, they're not actually true.
But they speak to something truer, don't they? Even when the words themselves are lies. I listen to you, Kate. I'm good at listening. You would love to be the skeptic, but that's not who you are.
Do I look like a believer to you?
But you want to be. Like the girl, the talker. She believes even when she doesn't.
I'm nothing like Etta.
Why would you watch her as you do if not to emulate her?
Oh, you really don't know people as well as you think you do.
I don't understand.
Keep listening. You'll catch up.
Is this what the voice spoke of on your radio?
Make no mistake, Kraken. If you continue down this path, if you betray even one hint that you're compromised, I won't hesitate to shut down your site. Completely. And you know what that means.
Fine. I take it back. You do catch on quick.
To compromise, to endanger, imperil, jeopardize. I've heard it before. What did it mean when she said it?
It means that their patience with me is reaching an end.
And when it does?
I should get back.
No, stay. What did you want to ask her? Your voice.
If we did the right thing.
Would you like to know what she'd say?
No. I just wanted to ask the question. I don't need the answer.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't believe a single word she said. Nice talking to you, Mockingbird.
Believe me, the pleasure is all mine.
Numero uno, undefeated champion. Lone.
Where was it?
But for maybe a little much, and you killed the mustache. He doesn't wear a mustache. A goatee! That's how it works. That is so much time.
Challenger Deep speaking. You may proceed. Ma'am, please excuse my interruption.
There you are.
How many times do I have to tell you, Ballard? There's no need for formalities between friends. All this ma'am talk is giving me hives. Ma'am, if you'll pardon
So if
my
Birdie
rudeness,
heard
I'd
you
really
through the
rather-
radio the night of the attack, you'd be who they were reporting to. But then who are you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Terrific.
Oh, I thought you'd be pleased to hear from me. Don't you want answers?
If it were actually you, I might be a little... Well, pleased is a little far. But you're not really here.
Oh, I'm hurt, Roger. Do you call all the girls hallucinations, or am I special?
I don't hallucinate. Apparently I don't have the imagination for it. You're a manifestation
Of your guilt?
of sleep deprivation. There's nothing for me to feel guilty about.
You were doing your job.
He's not a bad guy. He means well, but he's not my responsibility.
That's right. They are. You know, you can talk to me, Roger. I'm a supervisor, too. I know what responsibility means out here.
You're in my head. You know what I know, and I have no way of knowing what you are.
Of course you do. Listen back if you want. Listen to the way she talks to me. Don't you think I understand what it's like to know that your decisions are no longer just your own?
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I asked to be posted here alone.
Come on. You knew they wouldn't grant that request. Sure, they were tempted. Imagine how much they'd have saved on benefits. But in the end, better to underpay a couple kids than have to replace you in a couple months, right? People out here alone tend to go a bit woof.
I thought we'd have more time.
You had ages, really. Watching it happen to the other watchtowers. Wishing for more time means wishing it happens to the others first.
Believe me, I know. But I can't do anything about the other watchtowers, just this one.
It's not their job to protect you. You said that, didn't you?
It's true.
It is. How would they react, do you think, if they knew how scared you were?
I'm not.
I'm in your head. I know what you know. Don't you think I can recognize what's happening to me? You can't sleep. You're on edge. Everything sounds louder and closer than it did just a few minutes ago. You know this isn't simple fear.
That isn't what's happening.
You can't forget it, can you? What it meant to feel so helpless. All that pain and the knowledge that it was nothing compared to what they were about.
I don't feel that way. I don't have the right.
That's right, Roger. You don't. You don't get to be scared. Not when they're the ones who stand to lose. And that's how they're sure to see it, too.
It looks like they're out of green zebra tomatoes. You ever wonder why they're called that? Zebras aren't even green. And they don't eat tomatoes, as far as I know. Well, you're the scientist. What do you think?
I was an engineer, John, not a zoologist.
Anyway, I'll do my best to find another zebra. I mean tomato. Love you. Bad news, Bertrand. It looks like I didn't get a spot in the Aqualand repurposing job. I guess they didn't like my deadly plant wall display. Just kidding. Not about not getting the job part. That one's real. But my plant wall was only semi-deadly. You'll never guess who they went with, though.
Steve?
Steve! He couldn't wait to rub it in. He called me right after they offered him the job and let me know every detail about the salary he was negotiating. And of course, he mentioned how he got an award of excellence from the American Society of Landscape Architects, but he failed to recall I received the Merit Award for that same category, but you know, small potatoes. I'll see you tonight. Can't wait to hear about how your big meeting went. Love you. Birdie?
I'm sorry.
Call me when you can.
I did.
I know you're under a lot of pressure.
I was.
And I just want to help.
You did.
I'm here for you.
You were.
I love you.
I know.
You can't say it, can you?
What?
I've said it so much and you can't say it. Not even once.
This isn't...
An old voicemail? No, it's not. You were getting a little too nostalgic. It was kind of pathetic.
You're not John.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Who... What are you then?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Just kidding. You aren't supposed to die. Yet.
What do you want?
Your nostalgia. It needs to end. Forget about me.
No.
Interesting. You can't even say a simple I love you back, but you won't let go of my memory?
You're not him. I'm holding on to his memory, not yours.
It's not the best idea either way. You're too rooted in the past. Get it? Rooted?
Don't make jokes.
Lighten up, Bertrand. Things only get worse from here.
I don't see how that's possible.
I thought you were more creative. I can think of a ton of things that prove my point.
I'm not interested in what you're selling.
I'm not selling anything. In fact, I'm doing this for your own good. Some small part of you knows that I'm right. That nothing good can come of anchoring yourself in the past.
I don't want to forget him.
But you should. You have 3 perfectly fine people to care about, and a monster with a knack for announcing himself at the worst possible moment. Don't they deserve all of your time? Your focus?
I just think...
And that's the problem. You're not thinking. Percy and Nora took you hostage because you weren't paying attention. And then, when you had the chance to be helpful, you got too caught up in talking about some sad guy who lost his fiancée, which, oh wait, wasn't even your story.
I did help. I brought Frank here.
And what a huge boon that was for everyone in Watchtower 10. You lied to him, tricked him into spying for you, and you forgot to watch Bob. It's because of you that Frank found out everyone was lying to him, and now you have no idea what he's going to do. Face it, Bert, things would be a whole lot better if he'd never come here in the first place. And if you hadn't messed everything up. Just like how you mess up everything with the Kraken. You can be a real liability to others, you know that? Anyway, I did my best to get you to understand why I'm right. You can't keep ignoring what's happening now because you feel guilty about what happened before. Move on. Or you'll lose the only other people you have left to care about.
You'd better not tell anyone about this. I don't know why I was expecting this to actually work. Maybe he wasn't the one controlling the music. Maybe we all just made it up.
You all made it up together? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that going around lately. I don't think anything's right here. Not anymore.
Oh, come on. You just hurt one person's feelings. You don't even like the guy.
He's a pain in the ass, sure, but that doesn't mean we should have lied to him.
You did what you thought was best.
No, we did what Roger and Kate thought was best.
Well, you didn't exactly have an alternative plan.
I could have made one, and what do you know anyway? You're just a puppet. And this is just a one-sided conversation. It isn't helping. Whatever you used to be, I guess you're not as powerful anymore. Don't worry. Happens to everyone who comes here.
I don't think that's a nice way to talk to people.
Whatever, Aunt Yvette. Aunt Yvette?
Not entirely. This is just the voice you long to hear. I figured I'd help you out.
So, you're...
Persnickety Pete at your service. Former mayor of Ocean View, star of Triton's Follies, and bringer of your worst nightmares. It's nice to finally make your acquaintance.
You're not mad at us for shoving you into the cupboard?
Mad is such a human emotion. You perceived me as a threat, rightfully so, and did what you had to in order to protect your own. I would have made the same call. I have made the same call, as a matter of fact. But that's enough about me. It seems you've got a dilemma. You're feeling blue about what you did to that twitchy little fellow who brought me here.
Well, yeah. What gave it away? The tears streaming down my face?
Sarcasm. How charming.
Excuse me?
Another quirky little thing you humans do. Using sarcasm to mask how you really feel about something. You might have joked about non-existent tears, but if you had no problem with misleading that hunter, you wouldn't be here alone.
We all just needed time to ourselves.
Did you? Isn't it odd that you all should be preparing for the imminent threat that's coming your way, and instead, you're talking to things that shouldn't exist?
We needed a break.
You can't stop when you're pursuing the truth. Isn't that what she'd say to you? And what truth are you pursuing now, Henrietta Perrault? Surely you can't still be wondering if you did right by your betrayed spy. Something else must be on your mind. Let's see. Maybe...
You wonder if she'll ever feel the same way, if love is something you deserve. But that's not quite it, is it? That might be on your mind, but it's not the question you fear the answer to most. The thing that keeps you up at night.
You're wondering if I was right. The thought that your mother might be out there, but that she doesn't want to look for you, clings to you like a parasite.
You always knew you'd wind up like this again, poor thing. You found more people to care about, but they'll leave you too.
Nothing's ever permanent. Isn't that a shame?
You are wrong.
The jury's still out on that.
Like I said before, there's a reason you're here with me. Where are your friends, little one?
I don't know.
And that's the problem, isn't it? You might live with them, laugh with them, fight with them, but at the end of the day, you aren't sure if you'll ever belong with them. After all, if your own mother didn't want you around, what makes you think they would?
They do.
Are you sure? Or maybe they're more like your aunt. She dragged you around this bridge, going from haunted location to haunted location, until you'd finally had enough. You had to run away before she stopped to listen to you.
It was once. I'm not running away again.
There's no need to lie to me. I heard the story you told the hunter. It was nice, if not a bit sad. But you weren't entirely honest, were you? You didn't trip and fall into that boat. You left on purpose. You snuck out because you wanted to see what was out there, beyond the bridge. Tell me, Henrietta, what did you find when you wandered so far from your home?
Death. Nothing but death.
And the voice?
That part was true.
But the voice wasn't alone. There was something else in the water.
You.
Took you long enough. I wasn't confined to this puppet back then, of course, but what can I say? I have a soft spot for family reunions.
You're not my aunt.
That would be a little odd, wouldn't it? But it's no stranger than the truth. Yvette Breckenridge leaves you to explore the mysterious Transcontinental Bridge, only to vanish into the void. But what if she didn't vanish? Not completely, at least.
I've heard this song already. Let me guess, she's somewhere on the bridge and she doesn't want to see me.
So much cynicism in one who used to be so bright. I'm disappointed in you.
I'm not them. I have no reason to lie to you.
She's on the bridge, and she needs your help.
She needs to take a number.
That's harsh, Henrietta Perrault.
Oh, have you not been paying attention to anything around here? I can't just leave. We're about to be attacked.
Fair enough. But the time may come when you'll have to choose. Her or them.
She left me. Did you forget that? Why would I ever?
Circumstances change. Our digression hasn't done anything to warm you to me, but perhaps this will. As long as I reside in this cozy little cabinet, no harm shall befall your friends.
What's the condition?
Ah, you do remember. I was so worried that you'd forgotten.
Unfortunately, not.
The terms are the same as the day my compatriot and I found you adrift and alone in that sad little boat. Only now, after all these years, it's almost time for you to live up to your end of the bargain. Surely you can feel it, the proverbial siren song. You know what you have to do.
Yes.
I don't have to provide you with another reminder of what could happen if you aren't able to fulfill your terms.
I'm aware. No reminders necessary.
Wonderful. Find a way to get it done. When you're ready, of course.
We should probably talk about this. We don't know how much time we'll have before...
Before we have to fight again?
Yeah.
You ever miss the days where an overflowing chocolate fountain was our biggest worry?
That was like 3 days ago, Roger.
It feels longer than that.
Yeah, like 2 years.
Anyway, I think we should...
You don't get it, do you? They're coming here and there's nothing we can do. We can't win. We can't win.
Birdie, we'll figure something out.
We usually do.
But at what cost? The last time we tried to defend this place, Roger wound up stabbed multiple times. He could have died.
But I didn't. And the Hunt Club isn't the same as Percy and Nora. We were surprised once, but it won't happen again.
and I went down to the archives to read up on them. Seems like their most likely tactic will be to split off and secure each floor before moving on to the next. If we can stop that from happening, then we'll stop them.
And how exactly do we do that with 4 people and a monster that they really want to kill?
I used to work at this warehouse, and they had a bunch of posters up on the wall for motivation or something. You know what my favorite one was?
The exit sign?
No. It was the one that said, "Work smarter, not harder."
Wow. I feel so motivated already.
The point is that we have a few more resources than we think. We can take certain precautions to make sure that this watchtower is impossible for them to take.
So, what's the plan?
Well, we'll need whatever the hell is up on level 4, the creepy puppet, and whatever we have in here that could physically harm someone. We attack them on both fronts, though I'm hoping we'll just have to use the psychological weapons before we get to the injury-causing ones.
Let's clean up that way. Good thinking.
Right. The cleanup.
So we're basically pulling a Home Alone scenario, but with monsters?
Unless you have a better idea.
I don't know if we should use Persnickety Pete.
Why not? He could probably use some excitement. And you two seem to get along just fine.
What?
When you found him in the submares, you had nothing but questions for him. And you didn't want him locked away in that cabinet anyway.
Fine. We'll ask him to help. But he might say no.
The Mockingbird has that option too. But I have a feeling they'll say yes.
Why?
Like it or not, they live here too. And if they want to keep it that way, they have to defend it.
And there's the added bonus of a bunch of monster hunters descending on a place with monsters who probably don't want to die. That should be enough to convince them.
And what will Bob do during all of this?
He'll stay in the submares. And you will too.
Excuse me?
Using Bob is a last resort. Since he's what they're after, he should only be brought out if we don't have any options left.
But how will I know that we're out of options if I'm stuck in the bottom of the watchtower the whole time?
Trust me, you'll know.
That is not comforting.
And what'll I do?
We'll need you to keep watch. Monitor what's beyond the perimeter and let me know when you spot the first sign of trouble.
Okay. When do I start?
No time like the present. Head up to level 4. Kate will relieve you in a few hours.
And while you're up there, see if you can get the Mockingbird to participate in the fun.
Got it.
Etta, make sure submare 3 is hard to access, just in case. When they get here, you don't open that door for anyone. Understood?
Understood.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go have a heart-to-heart with Peerless Parker.
You mean Persnickety Pete?
Whatever.
We have a problem.
What now?
There's a small boat coming our way.
Thank you so much for listening to The Bridge. This episode was written by Rebecca Mahoney and Alex Brown. It features, in order of appearance, Salim Razawi as Frank, Liz Hull as Kate, Alex Brown as Etta, David Piccarello as Birdie, Jen Elysian as the Mockingbird, Rebecca Mahoney as Challenger Deep, Jen Elysian as Bollard, Christian Busey as John, Stephanie Wiggum as Persnickety Pete / Yvette, James Turner as Persnickety Pete / Percy, and Danielle Wood as Persnickety Pete / Nora. This episode also features Olivia and Maya Smith as the Creepy Laughter. The heartbreakingly beautiful music featured in this episode was composed by the best dang person ever, Sarah Fairchild. Our Out of This World theme song was composed by the equally out of this world, Jake Hull. This episode was edited and mixed by Alex Brown. Thank you to Dead Signals, the creators of Archive 81 and the Deep Vault podcast, for providing some of the sound effects for this episode. We appreciate ya. Want to know who's on that boat? You'll have to wait for our next episode to find out. So in the meantime, check out our website at thebridgepod.com to learn more about the cast and crew, read our scripts, and check out some character bios. We've been a bit delayed still in answering emails, but we promise we're reading them. If you'd like to drop us a line, you can email us at watchtower10reports@gmail.com. You can also click on the little mail icon on our website if that's more your jam. You can find us on Twitter at bridge_podcast and on Facebook and Tumblr. We're friendly, unless you start to yell at us through voicemails. Please rate and review us on iTunes, or whatever podcasting app you are listening to us on. Doing so helps ensure that our story can reach more listeners. Looking for more amazing sci-fi audio dramas to love? We recommend Girl in Space and Tides. Before we get to the outtakes, we'd like to give a special shout out to Sang. Hi, Sang. You're awesome. Thank you once again for listening to The Bridge. We hope you enjoy these outtakes.
I'm not them. Are we going? Is it us together?
Let's record it separately and then also together.
Okay, go.
Oh, I get the 2 years joke because the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Chris comes 5 years late to the joke and stuff. Funny.
It is funny.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What is worldmetrologyday.org?
It's constant evolution of the international system of units.
Oh, okay.
It's the science of measurement.
Interesting.
So it's math.
Face it, Bert! Things would be a whole lot better if you'd never come here in the first place. I tried to keep it together. I'm saying Bert like that.
What makes us friends exactly, Frank? The part where you think you know me just from listening to me to myself?
What is typing? Who even knows?
Listening to me to myself.
Me talk to myself.
Oh, okay. I'll let you fix that. I was listening to me to myself.
To myself.
On the radio? What the fuck, Frank? Okay.
Face it, Bert!
Okay, cool. Do we want to move on to season 2 then? Or season 2?
The rest of this, we'll let them figure it out.
I would like to move on to season 2. Oh god, we'll get there one day.
Episode starts, man, Roger's dead. That's crazy.
Weird, isn't it? Wow.
It looks like they're out of green zebra tomatoes. You ever wonder why they call them? You'll never goose who they went with.
You'll never goose.
I vote that we have an episode where we all just act like instruments.
Sing the theme song. We should do a version where we all sing the theme song.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I apparently terrified my cat. Well,
Do a video. Oh no!
Cat's like, no, man. Thank you once again for listening to The Bridge. We hope you enjoy these outtakes. Was that my cat?